Welcome to Girl Talk, where we throw logic right out the window. I'm Elizabeth Vargas, your host, with my co-host,
Christina Wright.
Formerly
Christina Amber-Tumian.
Today we have some fabulous guests in the house, and who do we have here?
Hi guys, I'm Mel.
Hi, I'm Sharon.
Hi, I'm Waz.
And today we have a turf war going on as far as Orange County, Christina and I, versus LA. We're winging it today, ladies. This is our first Girl Talk, gossip edition. And Christina just told me that all of you are from LA.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So,
And I'm formerly from LA too.
are you really?
Born and raised.
See, I don't go past LAX. Because I figure
prefer not
I
to
need to
go
turn into a
either.
Prius if I do.
And you're going to wear some Birkenstocks. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, wait, do they have Birkenstocks up there?
And
I
shop at the
actually have
farmer's
never
market.
seen either.
And then we're going to start protesting? Is that how this works?
Exactly.
Well, that's a whole nother podcast. Okay. So Christine and I were talking, and so we were talking about some dating situations between
Yes.
Orange County. I'm not really a big dater. I've only dated 2 guys in Orange County, and both of them were great.
And
but they
how
did-
was that?
I'm single, ready to mingle right
I've known
now.
both of them.
Yeah. I mean, I had some rough times trying to date. I work a lot. I have you all have careers. You have a career, and
Yes.
we're hardworking ladies. And right in today's world, you're expected to. And my take on it is, you're expected to, be beautiful, look like you're supposed to look in California. And this is not just California, but primarily California, because the media is here. And you're constantly, on a pedestal because women, wish they all could be California girls, It's like, okay. And you're supposed to look beautiful. You're supposed to sound appropriate. You're supposed to act appropriate. You're supposed to
That's nice.
have babies. You're supposed to get married. You're supposed to be with a rich man. You're supposed to have something to offer a rich man. If you don't have something to offer, what are you bringing to the table? So, I feel like I have the whole package, but I have a little too much of that package.
That can always be a problem too.
And in Orange County, we have this, I love living here, and I'm not going to move. And it's family oriented. And we're going to ask you guys about LA, because I don't know much about LA dating, but, it's family oriented here. And, I want a husband. I want to find somebody I love. Christina, you're married.
Yes.
I mean, how did you find your husband?
Well, we actually met each other at Soul, the restaurant like right down the street.
Oh, at a restaurant. That's cool.
Yeah, it was 4th of July. And so I just happened to go there with one of my girlfriends. And basically, it was really funny. So at the time, 333 used to be next door. It's not there anymore. But it was like a more fun, hip place. And they would always have a DJ on the weekend. So we pull up to the parking lot in an Uber. And then I tell my girlfriend, I'm like, oh, let's go to 333. And she was like, why don't we try Soul? And I'm like, she goes, you've never been there. And I'm
I
like,
like
all right.
Soul.
I
You
do.
ladies know what Soul
Yes.
is?
It's
Yeah.
a Mexican restaurant,
So
right?
just can I do a backstory real
Yeah.
quick? I met Wes Horton,
Yes.
Carolina Panthers,
Yes.
married Tori, who we met at my Coachella party.
Yes.
I then meet Waz because I needed a new hair colorist.
Yeah.
Yes,
Then
you
did.
did.
Quiet. And then Waz introduces me to Sharon. So now Sharon's here, and then Mel.
Yes.
Okay,
Mel's been my friend since we were 21 years old.
okay. So anyway, I'm just saying that you're married
I'm married for 10 years now.
10 years, and you're single.
I'm super single. I'm as single as it gets.
She's like,
I'm not even
really
dating.
Single, so what can I do?
I don't even date.
I said I'm like the two of them need to start hanging
Yeah.
out in LA.
In LA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll
Or
talk about.
actually, no, forget hanging out in LA. You guys need to become friends and then come down and hang out.
We need to
over
hang out in
here with
OC.
us.
No, Yeah,
We need
because
to do we're trying to break on
Yeah.
through to the other side.
Yeah.
You guys need to break on through over
Yeah.
here.
I-
And you're single, ready to mingle now.
That's right. Well, I'm single.
Oh.
I don't know how ready I am for anything, to be honest with you.
Why is that?
Just because it's new. It's been 7 months, but then it just became, officially done.
Oh.
So it's sort of like the wound is a little bit.
Yeah.
Wait, you broke up 7 months ago, and
Yeah.
you're just making it.
not official, but I thought there was some hope of getting back
They were
together.
together for 3.5
Oh,
years.
you held on to that hope.
Like they were
Well,
talking
we-
about having babies and stuff. So it was
oh wow.
What
Yeah, it was
happened?
How long were you guys dating?
3.5 years.
Oh, wow. It's a long.
Yeah, it was
relationship.
It was, yeah, and like serious from the get go, and it was just like I thought
It's only
things.
42 months. I mean, I'm just adding it up.
Oh my
Just
god!
kidding.
I think, like, I wish I could have that attitude, but I don't. I feel
Yeah.
like that was such a commitment.
Where's
and
he from?
Well, originally born in Washington State,
Oh, okay.
but then moved around, spent a lot of time in Southern California, and then he lived in Manhattan Beach for the
Oh,
entirety of
Manhattan
our.
Beach is nice.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
really
Wait, check
nice,
this
yeah.
out. He's really good friends with my surgeon.
Oh yeah,
What?
Little side story.
BF, like
They were
not-
like
So when they were
roommates
doing your
in-
boobs the other day, because
They
you
were
just got a
roommates
boob
in
job.
college. Yeah.
Is that
they
how you
lived
met your
together.
surgeon?
They're
So
like,
she-
yeah, we know Christina. Just kidding you.
No, he's really cool. Yeah,
Yeah. He likes you.
Yeah,
He
no,
asked
he's
about you
great.
today.
He's great. He's like such a great guy.
So
and-
why did you guys? What I mean, was he dating in the last 7 months, and so were you, or did you both just separate?
we separated because I said that because we were taking it to the next level. He got an engagement ring. We were going to get engaged. And then it was, okay, well, there's certain issues that have to be resolved because now I'm very traditional. I'm
Okay.
very conservative.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like, well, we're taking it to the next level, which means like some
Wait,
of
did
these.
you say you're conservative and you live in LA?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, conservative relationship wise. Sorry, I was just asking for a
I
The
don't
other way
know.
too.
I don't.
different type of conservative.
Yeah. Listen, I'm like a straight shooter and I'm not about like hiding who I am.
Right.
And I do have conservative views. I do.
Well, anyway, let's talk about your boyfriend.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
ex fiance, or you never even got engaged.
We didn't get engaged. No,
He got the ring.
He got the ring. And then that's when I was like, okay, well, there's certain issues that have to be resolved before we can actually like get married, right? And so he said, I broke up with him, and then I said, hey, you've got to go and work on these certain things. And then he went to go work on them and decided that, oh no, I'm just going to keep on working on myself. Like,
Oh, he
and-
met somebody else.
Yeah,
That's
100%.
yeah, that's.
Well,
I'm working on myself. It's
Yeah.
like not you, it's me.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I know he's working on himself. Like we had shared
Like
accounts
working
and
on
things
himself?
like it.
Trying to figure out how
I don't know how much of that is going on. But
He
Just
was
kidding.
kind, by the way, but he was kind of a narcissist too.
He's like
He has-
an only child, right?
Ooh,
So
God, I
it was-
just dated one of those.
Really?
Ugh.
there's a difference.
You are their mom.
Yeah.
You take on the mom role,
Yes.
and when they want to rebel, they rebel against you.
course,
I'm
you're
like,
like-
dude, you don't need to rebel against me.
Right. We're
I'm
on the
not your
same
mom.
team. We're on
Yeah.
the same team. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
There's that lack that's like you're almost like they're everything, like their sounding board, where like whatever they're doing is just to get a reaction out of you, whether they want the love, they want the excitement, they want the this, they
Yeah, they're
want the
used to that attention.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a lot.
They're
It's
usually
a lot.
narcissists. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. Listen, I don't want to label anybody because I'm not
Right.
a psychologist, and I've
You didn't. I did. Don't
yes,
worry.
yes,
I did too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're both like that's what that's our job.
yeah.
No, I'm the one who labeled the narcissist, not you.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah, because it's like one of those key terms now, right? That's all over
Yeah.
Instagram and social media. It's like you're
But it's not a key term. It's just bringing light to individuals who gaslight people. That there wasn't a term for it before. They just got away with it. Now it's like, no, you are, and they can't stand it. You call them a narcissist, they know it's bad. So it's like, no, I am not. And their narcissism comes out, and they get all
Well,
mad.
also,
I
like-
married one and I dated one right
Yeah.
after. So
Also, like Instagram is like totally targeting men as narcissists now too.
Oh, they
I feel
are?
like, like if you look up
maybe there's
one-
women moderators.
I actually feel like there aren't that many women narcissists. There are some, but like for the majority, I think it's all men.
Yeah.
And like I swear, try to like search one thing about narcissism on Instagram, and then you're just gonna get like reel after
yeah.
reel after reel. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing too is like the avoidant attachment style, which goes hand in hand with narcissism.
Yeah.
So it's the guys who feel suffocated anytime a woman tries to basically exert any kind of closeness, emotional closeness,
Yeah.
and whatever, like
That's so unfortunate because we're so loving. Like I have so much love to give,
Mm-hmm.
and when he wouldn't, my last boyfriend, he wouldn't accept it. He would, but then he wouldn't.
He
I
wouldn't,
feel
he
like
wouldn't.
I'm very avoidant, but I don't think I'm a narcissist. But maybe I'm wrong.
have you had like a relationship where you felt like your hearts were getting
No, you're
closer
not
and
a
closer
narcissist.
No.
together?
Yeah, I don't
That's
think
what
so.
I
No.
mean.
Tell you,
I
most of
felt
the
like
time
I
it's
was
men
being
that are
suffocated
narcissists.
most of the time. Like
Yeah.
I feel like it's too much.
Well, that means you have a control freak boyfriend.
No, I don't let anyone control me, but like I feel like it's more just like when it's too much, like they're texting all the time, like what are you doing? Where are you going? Like I'm not going to respond.
Also,
Like I
I
just
feel
won't
like
respond. Like you
Oh,
find
that
somebody
just sounds
else.
like a
it's
stage
too
5
much,
clinger.
like if you when you feel suffocated.
Yeah, I feel
Is that what
suffocated.
You
you
mean
mean?
you're too loved? Oh,
Yeah.
woe is you. Oh my gosh, she's like, they love me way too much.
No, it's just too much.
What's
like you
wrong
need
with texting
space.
you?
You need
Clinger,
space.
stage
you
five.
Yeah,
know?
stage 5.
Wait, but if she was like dying over him and he was doing that, she'd be like, "Oh yeah." She
Yeah.
wouldn't
Yeah,
be
yeah.
like,
I
"Yeah,
feel
like-
clean
No,
with
I
it."
feel like
so
if
much.
I feel like
Yeah.
if I was really into somebody and they did that, I would lose interest.
If you were.
Not
If
if you were
if I
into
was
them.
really into them and they started acting that way, I would lose interest.
So define what love feels like to you.
I don't know. I've never been in love.
So do you think maybe that's why? Because you're avoiding, you have a block up that doesn't allow that heart-to-heart connection to maybe happen?
Yeah, I feel like I'm very like logical. So when I meet somebody, I think about the long terms first. Like I'm like, okay, where is this going? Do I see a future? If not, I don't get emotionally attached.
But I feel like you also judge them right off the bat. Like,
Yes, I do,
You need
yeah.
to give them a chance. Give them a
Yeah.
month, 2 months.
But you can tell, like I saw
That's the
something
Middle
about
Eastern
lemon
in
law
her.
where you like, I don't know if this is
Wait,
called
she has lemon law for men?
has like
I don't know if this is what
checklist.
it's called, but like
Yeah.
I saw somewhere that I was like, okay, within 5 minutes, you know, if you meet a guy within 5 minutes, you know if that's gonna go somewhere or not. And I feel like it's true. Like you can tell somebody's personality.
But see,
You
is
can tell how
everybody
they
looking
are.
are you ladies looking for something that goes somewhere?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, see, I've never been that way. I've never thought I want to meet someone so it goes somewhere. I always thought I'm going to meet somebody. And if
Well,
it
I mean,
goes-
didn't you think that when you were trying to get married? Well, when you got married?
No, he proposed 3 times. I said no. So I just was like, okay, I'll get married.
Why did
Like-
you say no?
I didn't.
You're like,
I
sign on
you
the
know,
dotted line.
I love my
exactly what I'm
ex-husband. We were together from 2000 to 2012. We got engaged in 2012. Or no, we got engaged 10 years before. I don't know. I've never really been that meeting someone. I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because you want to get married and have babies. Is it because society tells you to, or is it because you want to do that?
I don't want babies. I don't want-
So
I
then
don't
how
want
can you
kids.
say you want somebody
I
so that
just
it goes somewhere?
I don't want to date
Where's it
somebody.
going?
I don't want to date somebody just to date them for like no reason. Like at that point,
Oh,
you're
you
an
mean you
extra
want an exclusive
headache.
relationship? So going somewhere to you
Yes,
means
exactly, like-
exclusivity with like you get the same dick and no
wants
one else
monogamy.
gets that dick.
Monogamy,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
I don't necessarily am doing it because I want children.
But
Okay.
do you want to get married?
Monogamy.
I would
then.
want to get married
Oh, okay. You
eventually.
just don't wanna
Yes,
have
it's,
kids,
I'm not in
okay.
a rush. I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
don't
yeah.
want to have children, and I feel like dating someone just to date them, just to be like, this is my boyfriend, and it's dead end. Like I'd rather be single.
So mahogany is what I mean,
Monogamy.
Mahogany. What is it? Misogyny. Misogyny. What is it?
Me.
Oh my
Monogamy.
Monogamy.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Like chicken, tuna,
So
what?
mahogany basically is giving you that is
Potato.
what means you're going somewhere.
Yeah.
So let's do the lemon law with mahogany.
I don't know if it's actually lemon law. I just saw that somewhere. So
Actually,
maybe
that's
I'm
a great idea. You can give them
misquoting.
back if they're
Wait,
broken.
so do you date outside of the race or no?
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
okay,
never
okay.
dated somebody.
Yeah, I've
from
tried to introduce
Afghanistan.
her to
So wait,
somebody.
what race are you?
I'm from Afghanistan.
Oh, you're from Afghanistan?
I was born in Kabul. Yeah. Yeah.
What?
From
One
Afghanistan.
of my good
yeah.
girlfriends.
I'm
is
so
Afghan,
proud
too.
you're doing my hair. I'm like, you're so dark and you're doing beautiful blonde hair. Waz does all my hair. Like, she just turned me this beautiful. I looked at her hair at first. I walked in, I'm like,
You're like, she doesn't know what she's doing. She has black hair.
I'm like, yeah.
I used
yeah.
to always tell Elizabeth that she needed to find a new hairdresser.
Oh my god.
I
Do you like
did.
her hair now?
You know what? I
I love
haven't.
my last hairdresser too. I mean, anyway, let's talk about something else.
Let's be positive.
No shame. I mean, no.
No, you didn't like my hair cut. And anyway, I'm kind of the little,
No, the
what do you call
color
the
looks
frog
great.
that's going to turn
Thank
into
you.
a
You
princess
should
with
stay on top of
Christina?
the
So your view is you married for 10 years. So you
been
wanted,
married. Yeah.
you wanted to, you're going somewhere is different than your version of going somewhere.
Yeah, she always tells me like, I don't know how you have kids and like I'm able to balance my life so well. I met my husband when I was really young. I was 21 when I met my
you go.
husband at a club. Like this was
What club?
before online dating.
What club?
Do you remember Opera?
Yes.
In
We
Hollywood.
went to all the clubs in LA.
So I met my husband New Year's Eve 2008 at Opera. And yeah,
Is he Persian?
he's Persian, yes. And we're only a few years apart. He was 23 when we met. We dated for about 4 or 5 years. We broke up in the middle for a few years actually because I was so young and he wanted to get married like right away. And I'm like, you're 23. Like I'm 21.
Yeah.
And then I got married when I was 26. I had my first child when I was 29 and I had my second when I was 33 and I'm 38 now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we kind of really grew up with each other. I was
Yeah.
actually telling Waz, it's been 10 years. Like, it wasn't 10 years of like, you know,
Wow.
smooth sailing.
Yeah.
We've had our
Yeah.
ups and downs.
But that's a relationship,
Yeah.
right? You're supposed to be able to have hard times and stay together, right?
Exactly. We had
Okay.
a really hard time, I would say, around year 7, where it was about to break us. And then now we're in year 10 and we're stronger than ever. So I think that this marriage will probably last.
Okay,
a
so wait,
lifetime
when you say
because
stronger
we've
than
been
ever,
through-
what does that mean? Does it mean that
I think because
Yeah, I
we
don't know
were
what that
at-
means either.
Yeah, what
because
does that
I think
mean?
we were at rock bottom at
what is
one
rock
point.
bottom?
Like, why'd
he
you get
cheat?
to rock bottom?
He didn't cheat. He ended up going to rehab and he's sober now.
Okay.
And then I don't think you probably want to get into that,
No,
but
that's important.
That's
My
It was hard
situation was
with
he
2
needed to
kids.
go to rehab and he didn't.
yeah, he went to rehab. He
This
came
is your
back.
ex-husband?
I'm not talking. No.
Oh, somebody that
Just
you were
somebody I
with.
dated.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Recently.
And when he came back, I want to say he's about almost 3 years sober, and he is like the most amazing husband, most amazing father,
And was it just
and he's
alcohol?
just thriving in.
Alcohol or other stuff?
Was it?
It was not alcohol,
Cocaine.
okay.
It was other stuff. Yes.
Well, no. Cocaine is. You can't hide. I don't care what we
Yeah.
talk about.
To be honest, I didn't even know it was.
No.
When he told me that he
What
was.
was it? So we.
But he has a
I
problem,
honestly
right?
don't even know.
I just went
was
through
like, what
this.
kind of drug is this? Like,
it
weird?
I really don't know, and I just wanted him to get
No,
sober.
you know why I asked? Because I was engaged to
Oh,
a
yeah.
guy, and
Yes.
like I had the same situation happen.
Why
which
do they
I
keep doing
didn't
all these
know.
drugs? What the?
But
No,
like,
he had done drugs for years before,
Yeah.
ever knowing me, but I didn't know because I didn't know anyone he knew. I had no.
He was
clue about
hiding
his
it from her.
history.
She was engaged to the guy. I was
He
there
was
for all of
hiding it
this.
from me, and so like when you say you didn't know, I completely
I had no
denied.
idea.
This is
It could have just
crazy.
been because I was so focused on raising our kids that it.
And you're also not looking for like weird signs.
well,
like that.
he
like,
was acting a little weird because
Did
he
you
just
think he was
wasn't
cheating? But
himself.
it wasn't cheating. He was cheating on you with drugs.
I didn't think about the cheating because he's just not that type of guy. Like that
Right.
didn't really
No,
cross
what I
my
mean
mind.
was he's not cheating on you. It's the drugs he's cheating
That's
on
a
you
form
with.
of
Right.
betrayal.
It was,
That's
it
a
was
betrayal.
lying.
Yeah, but you
It
don't
was the
even like
lying.
when people are on drugs, right? I mean, they could do all of it. So, right, like it's like okay, like with her ex, for example, like it was kind of towards the end of their
Yeah, you have a story.
relationship.
Oh, I have.
By the way, so this is a crazy story. She had a broken ankle, okay, and she was in a cast, and she calls me, and I'm not going to mention his name, but her ex fiance. So anyway, she was like, "I need you to come with me," and like I was like in dead sleep. It was like midnight. She goes, "And we need to go by his house. I think he's with another girl." And I was like, "What?" And she was like, "No, I'm being serious. Wake up." She goes, "I'm gonna come get you." And she seriously came and picked me up. And by the way, he lived in a gated community, but like she had just moved out of the house too, right?
myself had moved out, but my stuff was still in the house.
So she had just moved out of the house. So we go through the gate probably around 1 a.m. Okay. She made us sit in front of his house, like maybe like 2-3 houses
like
down.
detectives.
Like detectives until 4:30 in the morning. I was like taking my turns, like dozing off and like sleeping. And then it was like 4:30, 4:45. I was like, oh my God, Mel. I'm like, it's almost 5, bitch. We gotta go.
And this is when you're broken up.
They had like they
That's the worst.
they hadn't
feeling
fully
ever.
broken up yet, but
Ugh,
she
girl.
had
You just
No,
realized
mine
all
would
the
just
drugs
sneak
and
off
stuff.
and not come home
And so
for
she had
weeks.
just left the
Weeks.
house.
Weeks.
Oh my
And
god.
then you know that he's got another
Girl, if you
girl
gotta
inland.
do all that, you
Yeah,
gotta
if it's
go.
weeks.
Vampire.
Yeah.
And then you're like, dude, I know what you're doing. Go away.
Yeah.
I mean, she ended up like moving out fully like a week after that or something, right?
Honestly, I don't remember because I know that we broke up and then I got out and then I went back. You know, it was like a horrible mess. But
Because you love him and you want it to work, so you're willing to forgive. Problem is, we're very forgiving.
yeah. Yeah.
And
like
nurturing.
but you want somebody like us, for example, to be in a relationship because
Yeah.
life is long and life is not always good. There's highs, there's lows.
Yeah.
And I think men and narcissism and all this stuff brainwashes them into thinking, oh, you've got to flee. If something's wrong, oh, that's just not your person. It's like, who came up with this? Like,
But I
Yeah.
feel
don't
like if you
understand.
forgive too much and they see you're forgiving them so many times,
Yeah.
why would they change?
So my
Like, I
ex,
wouldn't change.
I was I forgave him so much over 2-year period for so many things, and I still adore him to death. And he's a great guy. He's not for me. He got used to knowing he could just come back after he leaves me for weeks
Yeah.
to do his partying, come home to me, and like, wait, I'm not just sitting here And
And
now
waiting
I'm
for
now
you
I'm a carpet that
to
you're
get
wiping
your
your
act
feet
together.
on.
Well,
I just got tired of
He
it.
didn't go and get sober though, right?
No.
no,
Yeah,
that's
my
the
husband,
problem.
he worked on himself
That's
for
right.
years
Yeah.
to get to where he's at
Yours
now.
did.
And
That's why. So that's
yeah.
rock bottom for you, and then he got back up.
Yeah.
He got back up and he stayed up, and he
And that
keeps
rarely
going
happens,
up. So I was
honestly.
able, like, that's why our relationship is so good right now.
Yeah.
I would say it's
'Cause
better
you've
now than
seen-
when we first
See,
got
I was
married.
hoping that with my ex. I was like trying to stay with him. I was like, I'm going to help you through this problem, and
But they need to help
but
themselves.
he's like, I'm going to do it myself, and then fuck, everything exploded in my face, and now I'm single. God,
There is nothing wrong with being single. Welcome to the side.
It sounds
When
like
are we
you
having a
tried at
party?
least. Like, it's,
Let's have
you
a
know,
party.
like,
Let's have a party.
Wait, where's my I didn't know.
I know.
God, was like,
are you recently single, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna, oh my God. Thank you, darling.
I'm telling you, we need to have like a dating episode, you
We
know?
can share it.
Yeah.
I don't
A
have
little
any
like
kids.
speed dating with
single.
all
Yes.
guys.
You know
All the
what? I think
hotties
I
of
need to go
Newport?
scouting for some like guys, and then we can bring them on the show, and then like kind of like line them up over here, and then you can
Oh,
be like,
door number one.
no, and then you could be like,
fun.
I picked this one.
Let's
and then
do
you pick
it.
the other
Or
one.
maybe you can have them behind a little marriage thing right there, and then you can ask questions and they answer like the
Oh.
old school.
Or do you
dating.
have a job?
Yes.
Are you a mama's boy? Please fucking say no.
you have
I
a
want you to
drug
love your mama,
addiction-
but I don't want you to like, that's your
Obsess
whole
your-
life.
with your mom.
No. Will you go to rehab if you have
Will
an
you go to
addiction?
rehab if you have a cocaine problem?
Yes.
It's not about just
Or
going to
any
rehab. They have
problem.
to
Or any
constantly-
problem.
My husband goes every
There's all kinds of
once a
addiction.
week.
Wow.
Literally.
They have to constantly work on themselves.
Did
It's not
you-
just
But
like
they
a
don't
one
want to
and
'cause
done.
pussy is
No,
everywhere.
I didn't
These
force
men
it.
have it
I
easy.
just said like if
You're
you know.
lucky. You're lucky.
But you know, I
came
think,
to me
by the
knowing
way, I
what his
think Middle
plan was gonna
Eastern
be.
families, like once the
Wow.
families get involved anyways,
Family got
it's a whole
involved.
different situation.
Does he
and
have a loving
they're scared of their families.
He comes from a very loving family. His
Yeah.
parents, till this day, are still together. He has a wonderful father who treats his wife like,
Yeah.
amazing. And I think him seeing that, and I think it's very
Yeah.
important when you meet a guy, see how their parents act with each other.
100%.
Middle Eastern
100%,
people
for sure.
are very like tight knit, right? And so like it's like no matter what,
What
like
nationality are you?
Armenian,
Armenian, full
yeah.
Armenian. Okay.
So Mel and I are Armenian, Afghan, Persian,
yeah. Okay.
Middle Eastern.
They're all. I feel like we're all
Take
very
over.
similar.
Yeah. It's the Middle Eastern takeover.
Mexican, German.
No,
right
but like
there.
for real, I mean, like look, like
Irish.
growing up, I mean, I would never get in trouble or anything because I was scared shitless from my family, like
Oh, even the embarrassment.
oh,
What do you
just
mean?
yeah,
the
like you know,
shame.
you
Oh
know,
my
what the-
gosh.
So
exactly,
that's nice
like,
though to have that.
like we
continuity
there was
within
no
the family
drugs
unit.
or anything like that
That-
growing up in
that's
our
structure.
school.
I
You need
rebelled so
structure.
much because of how strict my family was.
Yeah.
Like I would like sneak out. I
Oh my god,
partied.
sneak out! I was like, okay, I went to an Armenian private
Hence,
school.
you're single.
That's why
Where's the structure there, Waz? Okay, back to the conversation of structure in a family.
I do feel like if it's too strict though, it's not good because it makes you
yeah,
want to
no.
rebel and do things
I mean,
that you
look,
wouldn't be doing. if
For
you-
example, like you know, I went to a small Armenian private school, right? And my graduating class was like 21 students. Most of us like grew up together from like kindergarten. And literally, I mean, like most of the kids in my class, like their parents were super strict. And anyway, so but like my mom was like pretty cool, you know. But one of the things was like my dad passed away when I was young. So I think that like relieved a lot of pressure, you know, like if my dad was alive, oh my God, I probably would have been married with like a bunch of kids by now from a long time ago. Like I probably would have had like adult kids. Okay, let's put it that way.
You
And,
do. We're all sitting right here.
and I probably wouldn't look so hot anyways, but I'm just kidding. I would still look hot. But anyways,
my
so
How do you really feel about yourself there, Christina?
I just told you. But no, anyway, so like, but I remember I think we were in 10th grade or 11th grade, like one of my best friends. And so, you know, she came home with us after school and she had told her mom she was coming over. And the plan was that my mom was going to drop us off at the movie theaters, okay, in Burbank. So like, it was just, it was like little restaurants and then you went to the movies. That was it. It was like, so like
Innocent.
chilled, innocent. Exactly. So her mom calls my mom and says, oh, where are the girls? And what are you guys doing? And my mom's like, oh, I just dropped them off at Burbank at the movie theaters. And she was like, what? And she goes, what do you mean? She goes, she told me you guys were going to your friend's house. I kid you not. Her mom, we were in 11th grade actually. Her mom came and picked her up. Like it was done. Like it was like, and it wasn't like it was like 8:00 at night. It was 5 p.m. Okay. It was like a matinee hour, but that's how strict they were. Like, I mean, she wasn't even allowed to go to the movie.
And this is like at 16 years old.
Like
right.
in 11th grade, held like
Right.
almost like I think
17,
she was actually probably at 17 because her birthday was in January. But it was crazy. Like, so most of the parents were very strict. But anyways, the whole point is like you were always scared. Like you didn't want to piss your parents off. Like, I mean, if I like made my grandma angry, my grandma was like the bitch of the house. Like she was like the boss. Okay. She would literally come out with the kitchen knife.
That's hilarious.
Like that's how the old.
That's what Armenians do. I mean,
That's what my grandma did, okay? And we were scared
Okay.
shitless of her, okay?
But see, that's the question too, because your husband is Persian, comes from a
Right.
very tight knit family.
Right.
Like, what was your boyfriend, and did he have family around?
well, I don't want to, I still love him. I'm still getting over it. So I won't mention him on the show quite yet till I'm officially broke up with him. But
Oh yeah, you're not even.
we're broke up. But I told him he could go and accidentally party for whatever, and then come home, and I'll be here. So it's been a few months, and I'm waiting for him
He's
to
still
come home.
partying.
I don't know if he's partying. I don't know what he's doing, but he never came back home. He would leave for a couple weeks and come back home. Now
You
he
guys
just
should have been
hasn't-
sharing location.
We were sharing location.
Oh, you
and
were?
then
You turned it off.
Last time I think, when somebody feels they can't get away with what they used to get away with because we're
Oh, yeah.
together a lot, they start acting out.
Sure.
So he started acting out. And I'm like, what's going on? Then he'd get random texts in the middle of the night on his phone. And they would be like a fake name, like so-and-so from work, or, those, how they have the girls, they change their
Domino's
names.
Pizza.
Yeah, Domino's Pizza. And so I started
Domino's
noticing those little
texting you,
things.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I started noticing he would come here just to kind of, I don't know, it wasn't quite right. Something was not right. My gut's always right. And so I just don't listen to it like an idiot.
Yeah, all of us.
And so
You
it
need
just,
somebody to set you straight.
I don't,
But
I
do you
don't
really want
I don't
him then to
like
come
having
home?
to worry about it. I shouldn't have to. I work too much. I'm like, dude, I finally told him, I'm like, I can't. I don't have the brain capacity for this yo-yo.
yeah.
Yeah.
And, when are you coming home? What are you doing during the day? So we
Yeah.
started following locations, but he got smart. And he would put, because we were following locations, he was never at his office all day long. The next thing I know, his phone was literally at his office for 14 hours. So he would just forward his phone to another phone and leave.
Look at that.
And then I knew exactly what he was doing because I used to do it. I'm a cheater, honey. Come on. I'm sorry.
You used to
She's like, been there, done that.
I mean, I married one. I know
wrote the
exactly, what all this is. And so when I started seeing all those signs, I got exhausted, and I'm like, I'm at the age where I just want someone to appreciate everything I have. I can offer, which is I'm smart. I don't need you for your assets. I don't need a sponsor. I don't need a baby daddy. I don't need an anchor baby. I don't need any of that shit.
You don't need a baby, period.
I don't need anything. I need us to enjoy each other's company. And he never took me to dinner, ever. And when he did
That's
take me to dinner,
lame.
he left me at the hostess stand once so he could go do something and never came.
Wow, that sounds hardcore.
What do you mean?
So
Never
it
took you
became
to
really
dinner.
weird. He would he was seeing somebody else or something because I was very offended because I tried so hard to get this guy to not, because he
Party.
wanted me to help him get normal. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I
he
gave
not
up.
your
asked you
job.
for help.
Well, he didn't ask me, but he liked the fact that I was normal. I have a straight normal life. I don't do drugs. I don't barely drink. I don't do anything. So his lifestyle is different than mine, and I love him for it. He's a protector. I love a protector. And he would, everywhere we went, he'd protect me, sort of. But then it got weird where he wasn't. I was protecting him.
Yeah.
The minute that the protector turns into the protected, and I'm now the mother, is the minute I can't do it. So what happened was when he realized I couldn't protect. When I realized I didn't have the energy to protect him as a man, and I think he felt demasculated being with me, and I never asked him for money to pay for anything. Never asked him for shit.
Yeah.
He would buy me gorgeous jewelry. Like he tried really hard. I don't fucking know what happened. He tried really hard. It's
I
just
know, weren't you
think-
guys like engaged at some point?
Yes, we were engaged.
Remember?
Yes.
Christmas walk?
He had proposed to me. So I had a plan. I don't know what happened. He just disappeared. He would leave for weeks on end and then just expect to come home and me to be like,
Like, wouldn't tell you
Hi,
where he
honey.
was
If he
going?
comes back now, would you take him back?
no,
Okay.
no. In fact, all of his stuff's in my alley with his fishing poles. Sitting
Throw
in
that
boxes.
shit
I was
out,
wondering
girl.
whose fishing poles those
Yeah,
were.
there's all his stuff's
It's
in a box.
it's in her alley, so I think that's
Throw it out
practically
in the trash.
It's by the trash cans.
Yeah.
But it's
Where it
nice shit. I
belongs.
bought it. So I don't want to throw it
okay.
away. It's like
Oh.
nice.
No, regift it.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but
least-
I could
At
sell it
least
actually.
donate it.
No,
Yeah,
no.
for
And
a-
so for me, I'm heartbroken because he was so perfect. But I think sometimes substances in people's life
Take over.
take over.
Yeah.
Do you know
and
what he
there's
was
nothing
taking?
I can do about a substance issue.
No.
Nothing until they want help.
Yeah.
There's nothing I could do.
But that was my question. So, because I strongly believe that because your husband had such a strong foundation and people that truly loved him
Yeah.
and had set like this standard of like what life ought to be like, and drugs was not going to be a part
Obviously,
of it. Like,
yeah.
I'm wondering if your person had that because you yourself, first of all, no one can make
he doesn't want to do that anymore. He just is addicted. There's no question he is an addict. No,
But I think-
but nobody sees his addict. Everybody sees him as charming and fun.
has he ever
and
tried to
party.
get sober?
No one sees the dark side. I
not
saw
through, like,
it. It
real
was
help.
horrific.
yeah,
Real help.
it
Yeah.
really
He'd
is.
come home and it would be the dark side. But when we'd be out, everyone loved, oh my God, you two are so cute together. Then we get home and it was just a totally different story. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my fucking God, this is what's happening.
Oh, it's
and
so
then after a
crushing.
year, I was like, oh my God, and it got worse and worse. I tried to ask for help. I had no one to help me. I didn't know how to help this person. And I was like drowning and trying to figure out how to deal with an addict.
What
I
was he
couldn't do it.
taking? Do you know?
I'm not going to speculate or say anything on camera, but it was pretty heavy. So, but nobody else would think that in Orange County. It's a normal thing that everybody does. So it's like,
What's normal?
it's normal.
Is it
you
really
walk around
normal?
the
Is it like
corner,
LA
you literally
sober?
go get a cup of coffee at Starbucks
No.
and you're buying
LA
it,
sober is like,
Shrooms.
people.
It's not a shroom, put it that
No,
way.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like at the end of the day, though, it's mind over matter. Like a lot of people blame substances for their behavior, but if you really wanted to like change, you would find a way,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's
But how
that's
much
my
do you
opinion.
forgive somebody when they don't?
I don't.
How many times you stay with them and just forgive them over and over?
I
You're
don't
like,
think-
I'm just done.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have stayed with my husband if he didn't change.
Yeah.
Though.
But see,
It got to
but
the
But had
point.
you already had kids?
Yes.
Yes, this happened when
So he
our kids
also
were
had-
little, but I was already planning my out at this
Yeah.
point when he got, when he was like, when it was like low.
Yeah.
And then I think he realized that I was planning my out. And like you said, like his parents, he first came out to his dad actually. And his dad's like, if you don't get help or tell your wife what's going on, then we're going to tell her.
I told mine.
Good for
myself.
him.
Yeah.
Accountability.
Exactly.
That's what
So
I'm
when he
saying,
came
like,
out, his
he
parents
was
were
probably,
there.
like,
Yeah.
afraid and like he knew like getting
Yeah.
like I think once like
He had too
they
much
tell
to
the parents,
lose.
it's
Well,
like they get
that's
like
mine.
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
know like they can never go back.
But if
from
you
that,
don't have
you know?
parents that you grew up with, that you don't respect, you don't live near them, you don't have a heart-to-heart connection with them, like, why do you even care? You don't owe them anything. You're just like, hey, I do what I want to do, and no offense, but like, sorry, Elizabeth, you're just going to have to deal with it because, like,
That was
I
mine.
do me.
He's like, well, this is just me. Take it or leave it. I'm like, I'm going to leave it.
You're like, bye.
He also had his parents' support, and
Mine
they
did too.
supported me when he was in
Mine
rehab.
did
And
just the normal.
you have to have like a
behavioral
How
strong
long did he
support
stay in
system.
rehab?
So he did 2 weeks there, and then most of it was outpatient here in LA. Yeah.
Okay, so we went to a conversation about dating and fun
I know.
and parties to like, yeah, all of our guys are drug addicts. What the fuck? Not mine.
See, look at how much LA and OC have in
Well,
common.
we actually have a lot in common. The triple is gone. We have squished it. There are drugs across the board, all
Made
across
it
the border.
truce. Yeah, it's us against drugs now.
Us against drugs. Yeah.
Do you feel it's easier to meet guys in LA versus OC, or vice versa?
But I'm scared. See, I always said, and I'm sure I've told you, Chris, too. I'm like, I can't find a husband in Orange County because they're either drug addicts, alcoholics, or sex addicts, or like porn addicts, or like I'm scared.
Wait, are there
I
still
don't know.
porn addicts though? Do people still
Oh,
watch
yeah.
porn?
Oh, yeah.
Supposedly,
No
it's
shit.
like
Oh,
number
yes.
one addiction.
See, I wouldn't
Oh,
let
wait.
my ex
When they're
watch
sex
porn.
addicts,
I'm like,
they're
no,
porn
I don't.
I wouldn't care, but Rob doesn't like it. But no, you know my friend that I said, with the crochet stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, he also was addicted to watching porn.
So he couldn't get off unless he watched porn.
Wasn't
right?
your other friend's surgeon?
Let's not name
Okay, I didn't name anybody. I'm just saying. I mean, I hear about it. I personally don't know
Yeah.
anybody.
What porn? Do they buy it or is it
No,
not?
no,
'Cause I
no.
thought
Okay,
porn
so
was
like
the
for
80s kind of
example,
porn, like,
so basically, like what those Oculus goggles are, right?
right?
Oh,
yeah, they're like this.
Yeah, like so they're like
Oh,
3D
God.
and you can watch like porn on it. So like he was addicted to doing that.
You mean the ones that they put on? Are you
yeah,
talking
like
about,
so you know you can
It's like
the
those Google
goggles and you can watch
glasses that are
porn.
big.
So you get
yeah.
a
But it
fake
feels
real girl.
like-
So you can be in it.
I feel like
literally-
it's fine if you're watching it here and there, but if you get off on watching other people have sex, I find it really weird.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what porn is.
I think it's very grimy.
No, I mean, okay, listen,
I
a
don't
lot of
know.
people watch
I used to watch it all
porn.
the
It's
time
fine to
and
watch
just
it
because
here
my
and
ex
there,
had
but if
my
you're
ex.
Yeah.
constantly watching it,
See,
it's
no,
grimy.
he had a full
Not my ex
addiction to
now.
doing
My
it.
ex before.
Yeah, I
a
mean-
long time ago.
Yeah,
What?
like
I think it goes hand in hand. I think the drugs and the porn and all that go hand in hand.
So maybe he was a secret like porn person and I didn't even know it. And I could
Maybe,
just disappear for 2 weeks and watch porn.
I mean, I used to work. Wait, I used to work with this girl back in the day.
It's been months.
And
That's the longest porno
if she
ever.
ever caught her husband like watching porn, like it was like World War III. I'm like, why do you care so much? I'm like, who cares? I'm like, she goes, no, it's like cheating. And I'm like, cheating? I'm like, what's it like cheating? He just wants to jerk off.
I think it's different if it's once in a while, but some people do it so much that it's like, it's gross. Like, why would I want to sit there and watch somebody
all
else?
men jerk off. And by the way,
You
they
can
do
jerk
it like
off.
They should
at
jerk
least
off.
once a day.
I would
can
much
jerk
prefer
off.
them to jerk off than go get another woman.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like it's like if you're gonna go to like let's say the doctor, right? And I mean, haven't you ever seen if a man needs to jerk off, they give them jerk material, like
No, I was told to keep your man
magazines or
happy,
whatever.
empty
They're
the
not
tank.
just gonna be
Keep
like,
the
here's a
tank
cup
empty.
and go
That's
jerk
true.
off.
Right.
They
No,
need
they-
something,
Yeah,
right?
they need magazine or they need.
they need to like get their imagination going.
Yeah, but that's not it. That's the problem. See,
We're not-
I've dated a normal guy, and he once in a while would like masturbate, watch porn, whatever, and I think nothing of it. But then when you date someone who has a problem, you feel as a woman there's something wrong here because now this is a form of escape. So not only are they doing porno, like watching pornos all the time.
What are they escaping from? That
Their
you want-
emotions, they're dealing with reality. They're not being able to connect.
Yeah.
And like, I'm with this person,
Yeah.
but I don't know how I feel. I feel close. I don't feel close. All this shit, you know?
Dude, I just
Well, no,
went through
I
that.
think
Oh my
most
God.
men,
All
by the
this,
way,
I'm
like to
going
come and
like,
jerk off because it's
It's
like
too much.
Yeah, my brain
a
hurts.
relief of stress. Like it's
No,
like
once in a while, it's.
No,
I feel
normal
like
We're
it's
not
guy.
talking
okay.
about
Yeah.
normal
men
guy.
doing it normally.
Yeah.
We're talking about the ones that are like just
Not
oh yeah,
Constantly,
yeah.
4
Well,
times,
that's just
5
because
times
like
a day.
they're just crazy. I mean,
How
I
about
don't
the
know.
guy
Famous
I think
people,
as
okay?
women, we need to stop making excuses for men for
Exactly.
their
Yeah.
behavior.
We know when something
Like,
is
you
normal,
know?
and we know when
Yeah.
something just doesn't feel
What about
right.
the guys? I used to date a guy. Oh my God. I had no idea. So I would go on trips. Well, I was married at the time, but whatever. That didn't count. My husband had plenty of women. So I had a couple boys, here and there.
She's like, he had girlfriends, I had boyfriends.
Whatever. We didn't have an open relationship. I could never date anybody. But I was like, fuck you. You do you, and wherever you do you, and I'll stay in Orange County. This is my turf. So I had this guy, and we had just got done having sex, and it was like the phone kept boom, 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 boom. I was like, I never look at phones. I'm not a phone person. I refuse.
It was your phone or his?
His.
Okay.
So he went to the bathroom, and I'm laying in bed, and I look over, and it's these 3 different apps. So there's one with a fire-like thing.
Oh,
What's that?
Tinder.
right? Yeah.
I found out there's all these different things. I don't know what all the other ones were. Anyway,
there's on
so
a
they
bunch
were
of
all
dating
like
sites.
saying stuff, but he didn't keep the notification silent, so you could read them, and it was all like hookup shit.
Yeah.
So he came back, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" And I found out, and I didn't know. I didn't say what the fuck is this to him. I was quiet. I took a picture of the screen. Because I didn't know what it was. So I screened it. Because I'm like, this is no way. Because he didn't have service. And all of a sudden service popped up and it was, so I took a picture of it. I went home and I was like, fire symbol, whatever. All these dating apps popped up. So he admitted later, every time I'd leave, he was hooking up, doing like dates. You can schedule sex.
It's kind of like
on apps.
It's kind of like Grindr for gay people, where they see
for
who's
sure.
close by
Yeah.
and they meet up. And
He
they,
would just literally schedule something, a hookup,
Wow.
like nonstop. Though he was addicted to these
Wow.
hookups, like super addicted. He admitted it later. I'm like, well, I'm married, so it doesn't matter. But yeah,
I mean,
so.
what man doesn't like to have sex?
But
though?
that's I would rather you be
I only
addicted
know
to
a
porn
few.
on a computer than addicted to going and meeting randoms.
yeah.
And that random vagina, like coming back to me and like, yeah.
How do these guys have time for all this? That's what I want to know.
I asked the same
Men
question.
always make time for
They-
sex. Okay,
that
come
much
on.
time for sex.
That's a lot of time. She's
Listen,
saying.
can
like,
I
they're
tell you guys
scheduling.
something? I've always said this to all my like friends when they're like, "Oh my god would never cheat on me," and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, right." But anyways, I lived in Vegas for 2
I
years.
can't
Okay,
see your husband ever cheating, by the way.
I mean, never say never. Okay, Rob.
As long as you're mentally prepared.
Yeah, Rob,
for
if
it,
you're
right?
watching this.
Yeah, I have a funny story actually. About
yeah.
Rob and Mel and I, and how we sat in front of his house once with binoculars.
Wait, you did the same thing to your husband?
I had just started dating Rob, okay?
Oh my
and he
God.
totally like flaked on me. Like we were supposed to like hang out, and he like totally flaked on me. And I was like, I bet you he's going out with another girl. And so like we went in her car, and it was so funny. We were at her house. I'm like, we need binoculars. And then her dad happened to have binoculars. Okay? So we borrowed her
That's the whole
dad's
kit, right?
What? This is a real story. We
Get your
did,
kit.
borrowed her dad's binoculars, okay? And
That's
we went and
hilarious.
sat in front of the house, and his car was outside of the house. So I'm like, oh my God, like he's home. But then there's like, okay, so like our house in LA, it's a nice, neighborhood, but our street is kind of like a busier street in the neighborhood because a lot of cars will pass through it. So, there's always like cars parked. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, like we don't know. Like, what if, somebody's obviously probably at the house because the lights are on,
Yeah.
whatever. And we're just sitting there. I mean, we sat out there for hours. We were bored at one point. We're like, let's go get some fucking pinkberry. She
Yeah.
was like, I have to pee. I'm like, all right, let's go. We came back, still no action. Finally, at some point, he came out of the house, right? And
He's by himself.
he's by himself.
Oh my God.
And literally, like, it was like the funniest thing. Like, he just went back in and it was like, and obviously,
These two are like
He wasn't on a date.
That's what I'm saying. They have a whole
I know,
kit like
do you-
ready to
Yeah.
go.
Do you
How
guys
do
have
you
like the
feel when
black
you're doing
outfits
that?
with like
'Cause I would feel
the
crazy.
backpacks and like the ropes?
honestly,
Is that not normal? I thought everyone did that.
What's
I
that
don't
movie?
think I would do that now, by the way. I was 32 years old when I
feel
did it.
I'm
okay?
33 now, and I feel like if a guy pushed me to that point, I just wouldn't want to date him.
I mean, okay, so when I met Rob, like, so here's my thing.
Rock
Like,
is unique.
Oh yeah, he is very unique. Okay, but the problem was like, okay, like my thing was like this, like I don't want to waste my time if this guy's like fucking out trying to like date other
Yeah.
girls and stuff.
So
then-
you also
Listen,
had a
I'm a
mission.
detective. I like to know my shit. Okay, like I don't like.
You don't
to
wanna be
play-
surprised
Yeah,
with
I don't
it.
like
Yeah,
to
her
play
and I are
fucking
very
games.
similar
Okay, like
in that way.
I want to know what's going on. Hey, you
See,
want to
I don't
date
wanna
me?
know
Let's
what's going
date. If something's going on, I'm going to find out about it, and we will. You will be confronted. Okay.
Would
Whether-
you stay if you found him cheating?
No, I wouldn't have.
See, I'm like, I already, if I don't want to know, and I want you to make sure I don't know.
Yes.
See, my ex
I'm the
got
same
sloppy,
way.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
now I know. Now it's not. Now I don't like you because if I
Yeah.
don't know and you're doing it, fine. But you got fucking sloppy. Now I know. Go fuck
Yeah.
yourself.
And I
Yeah.
feel like once you know if you stay, it's like you feel shitty.
That's
so I'd
what,
rather
so that's
not
what started
know
happening to
so
me
that I
because
don't
I'm like,
leave.
now that I know, I feel shitty.
Yeah,
wish I
and
had
I
That
have
dumb
to
blonde,
leave
that
now.
dumb fucking girl that I saw you with, I already know because I already know. I have my ways. I have money.
You hire a PI.
Yes.
I mean, I was gonna
go.
go. I was gonna get in that phone. I was gonna do whatever I needed to do, find out whatever I needed to
Yeah.
find out.
Listen, that's interesting though, because I wonder what percentage of women just don't want to know. Like,
Oh,
they
there's a
would
lot
I
of
rather-
don't,
women
want to know.
No.
Yeah.
So
Nope.
you don't
Because I
wanna-
don't
I don't
want them to know what I'm
if
doing.
I
I'm
know,
just as bad.
I feel the need to leave.
Yeah.
Because if I stay, I'm not going to respect
But
myself.
so let's say you have a hunch and you're not finding out, but then you're staying. Do you still feel good about the situation?
I usually don't even want the hunch.
But
If I
if
have
you
a
get
hunch,
it-
if I have a hunch, I don't want to know. If I find out, I have to leave.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
I
looking
won't
for a
respect
man in
myself.
finance.
Yeah.
Huh? 6'5", blue eyes.
6'5", blue eyes.
Literally.
Wait, no, I'm looking for a man in finance. Trust fund. 6'5", blue eyes.
Yeah.
Brown
so
eyes.
you never have to see them, and they work like
Tom
80
Brady.
hours a week.
Tom Brady.
He's kind of in
Yeah,
finance.
he's
you know?
actually
honestly
his
so
roast
hot.
was
I
so
saw him for
good.
His roast
I just
was
want to
really
say
good.
I've been a Tom Brady fan forever. So all the girls are starting to like him now. Stand in line, please.
I
Thank you
didn't
very
know what
much.
he looked like before until I
Giselle
saw him on
had him for how
Netflix.
long?
I know,
God,
she's so lucky.
She's beautiful.
She is.
Damn.
She is beautiful.
Stunning.
Yeah.
Who he's dating now? Or
No, it's his ex-wife.
Oh,
Yeah.
The girl, did you see the female
She's a
comedian?
Victoria's Secret
She
model.
Oh,
killed
yeah, Giselle.
it.
What's her name? The female
Nikki
comedian?
Glazier.
Nikki Glazier.
God,
Yeah.
she was so
good.
cheap.
She
So
was
funny.
actually one of the best ones.
Yeah.
actually.
yeah.
was.
I heard
Yeah.
she was like, I didn't watch the whole thing.
Fire.
Yet.
She was like,
She was like everything
mic
she
drop.
said was like super funny. And
Who's the guy they were making fun of? Brock? I guess that he played.
Oh, yeah,
with
they
him.
made
I
a lot of
felt
fun of
bad for
Brock.
him because they kept calling him slow.
Well, he is.
The
I
one
heard.
guy.
Well, didn't you? I watched some tiny bit.
I mean, you kind of have to know
I
when you
don't
go on a
mind those
roast
kinda
what
guys
they're going
that
to
are
make
slow,
fun of.
though.
I have a really
know.
funny story about
have to
Brock.
know.
He knew.
What?
Because they all make
So
fun of
like
the same
he
thing.
liked
Yeah.
this girl that we were like friends with, and then we
Brock.
were so we were partying with him in LA, and then we were like at a club, like, and then the next day we were all flying to Vegas actually, and we were at Wet Republic, and he was with a few other players. I mean, he was playing on the Patriots at the time, and he was really fucked up. Okay, and so we're like in the cabana, and he literally came up behind me, and he's like a big fucking guy, right? And he literally came up behind me and just decided to like
Lift
pick
you
me
up?
up. Yeah. And I got so like scared that I went like this, and we both fell down backwards. Okay.
Jeez.
Oh,
It was funny actually. But I mean, we
I
were both
wouldn't mind falling backwards on that one.
yeah, we were drunk, so it didn't hurt. I was like, but that's my
The
story.
perks of No, so what is going on with
I was like,
Ben
I wish it was
Affleck?
Tom Brady.
he?
Why? What's going on?
His
with him?
mouth wasn't
Something's
moving.
wrong
He
with
looks
him.
like he got plastic surgery. Okay.
Yes, I
No,
think so.
no, he looks
No, I think
miserable.
he did his
Both
He
eyes?
looks so miserable.
No, no, no.
Every photo of them together, he looks like he doesn't want to be in it.
Well, I mean,
I just saw a photo with him and his ex together. Not together,
The
but
wife?
the ex, what's her name?
Jennifer Gardner.
Jennifer Gardner, yeah. So I think Lopez is
Boring.
enjoying all the drama
I
she's
love
getting right
J-Lo.
now. I mean, I love JLo too.
Yeah.
Just like Madonna got
J-Lo's the
shit, and she had
queen.
1.4 million people show up in Brazil in Rio for her concert, the biggest concert of all time.
I went to her concert in
Who?
Madonna,
Yeah.
the one in the desert at Acrisure. It
Oh
was
yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
We had a really good
Really?
time. We went
But
with
what
Sophia
I mean is
and
these
Roger.
people get like made fun of and they get, the media goes up and down. I think JLo's seriously, even though her movie flopped, she's enjoying all this press.
course.
Because she stayed relevant, even if it's negative. How many years now? How old is she?
And
She's
her
50, I think.
54, I think.
Yeah.
She's 54.
And she's still like headlining right
55,
now on
yeah.
TMZ.
She looks
By the way,
so good.
she's
looks
also going
amazing.
on tour again. She's going on tour.
She's on tour.
She's good. She's going to be performing in the desert. I want to go
Where?
at Acrisure on
Oh.
July 19th.
That's our new
she's
stadium,
By the way,
right?
huh?
She's singing.
Yeah. Okay. So I've
No,
seen
JLo
her.
doesn't sing. She has somebody else. Just kidding.
No, no.
Just kidding, JLo. I love you.
I went to her concert at Planet Hollywood on like a big girls trip like a few years ago when she had her residency over there. And she was amazing. Okay. Like it was so much fun, except for I made the really big mistake of wearing these Stuart Weitzman heels that I love, the nudist. Okay. But like they were not
Those aren't comfy?
the nudist ones.
Yeah.
No, not one. Okay. So, well, let me tell you a little story. So I went with my sister and a bunch of her mom friends, okay, from Manhattan Beach. And they were all wearing Golden Goose sneakers, and I was the only chick except for me and
Had
like
to look
two
hot.
yeah, like me and like two other like ones who like love to like dress up. And we were the only ones wearing heels. And so we were all staying at the Cosmo, and they wanted to walk over from the Cosmo to the
Oh,
Planet
geez.
Hollywood.
Oh, come on.
So I did walking from my hotel room to basically to dinner, from dinner to Planet Hollywood. By the end of the concert, I was like, I fucking love JLo, but I can't take the pain anymore. I literally had to go and sit down at the bar
Yeah.
outside and watch it from
Sometimes
there.
you just have to.
I was
You just
like,
have to
I'm
accept
done.
defeat with your
Mic
shoes.
drop. I was like, done.
Just take them off and go barefoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
Not
though
in
it's
Vegas.
scary
In
barefoot,
But that's
sometimes
so nasty. And
Not
I was
in
like dressed
Vegas.
so
in
cute.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
God only knows what you would catch.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
On your-
I don't think so.
COVID
You do
in
it anywhere.
Vegas.
Do it in
Oh
Vegas.
my
Christina
God.
and I.
Well,
Way
actually,
to go! I finally
hold on,
partied
hold
with
on.
you, and I get
Those
I
are
had-
hot shoes.
Thank
this is
you.
really
Are
funny.
those
So
Stuart Weitzman?
I don't know.
it was
what
the
they are.
first year
I
of
think so.
COVID, you guys. And so in June, right before my birthday, they literally like released all the they took away all the mask mandates, everything. Like Vegas had just opened up. And I was like, come on, we're all gonna go to Vegas for my birthday. I was like, perfect. Like even on the airplane, we didn't have to wear a mask. And basically, so we go to Vegas and we're all staying at the Cosmo, right? And we go out and party and before we went to Vegas, remember we went to Javier's for dinner also.
Mhm.
So, anyways, we're
Sharon.
having the best time ever. Sunday we get back, right? And like it was 2 days later on Tuesday, all of a sudden my friend Sophia was like, "Oh my God, like I don't feel too good." And then my other girlfriend Carolina was like, "I don't feel too good." This one's like, "I've been throwing up for like a day. I've got diarrhea."
I threw up. I was throwing up right away.
Yeah.
I think I was the first person to get it. I don't even know.
And literally, so we were, by the way, there was like 14 of us who had gone, right?
Ah,
So and I wrote in our group text, I'm like, is anybody else feeling sick? And all of a sudden everybody was like, oh my God, I had a fever of 101 last night. I was like, oh my God, you guys all have COVID. And by the way, guess who was the one who had it and gave it to everybody?
You.
Yeah.
I just, yeah,
I actually remember when you came back and then you were like, "Oh, we gave it to every." I like. It was
I
like
gave
this
it to
whole-
everybody,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I remember that.
but everybody was okay.
yeah, no.
And then we
Everyone
went to the desert and had Camp COVID over there. We
So,
did.
so what other celebrity can we talk about that's juicy?
Hmm.
Who else do we know?
Hello, P Diddy.
Oh my God.
What
What's
the heck?
happening with him?
Yes. Oh,
I think
my
he
God.
did it. Everything they're saying.
So,
Penis
I
Diddy?
mean,
Oh my God.
I have so many stories.
Well,
About-
he's gay, right? Isn't he gay?
I think he is.
I think
Bisexual.
that's what's coming out. Yeah.
Well, no. When was the last time he was with a woman?
Well, I mean,
think
he's
he's
always
dating
been with
somebody
women.
right
now.
Oh,
It's a
Cassie.
rapper.
Was it
No,
Cassie?
he's
No,
dating
after
somebody
that.
right
Oh,
now. It's
no.
Young
Yeah.
Miami.
Yes.
Really? Because Cassie, she was the one that always did orgies with him, right?
She was forced into
She's
it.
forced into orgies, and so he shut her up by giving her that $300 million.
Yeah.
right? Or
It's
something
crazy
like
because
that.
they settled that in like a day.
Quick too. He said
Wait, but I heard that he would get her period blood and eat it and give it to people to eat.
Oh, that's
This was in all the
What
trial,
the
like the documents. That shit's wild. No, I mean,
Okay,
He's so gross.
but you could tell by his lips, like he's like,
Yeah.
he's got those like pouty, like.
I'm confused how he's not arrested.
well.
I totally can see it. I'm like,
I have a lot of things to say about that.
Allegedly, period blood. I don't know.
Anybody that's from P. Diddy's team.
Yes, allegedly.
Okay, we're just going off what TMZ said.
By the way, I did meet him one time at his house.
P. Diddy?
Yes.
Oh, how
it was a
was
long time
it?
ago.
Ooh.
He was very nice, actually.
Uh-huh.
No, it wasn't anything like that. Like, and I mean, listen, I grew up like loving his music. I was definitely more of like East Coast rap, like even though I was born in California. But I love like Biggie, like
Wait, tell us what you saw at the party.
What did you say?
oh no, when I
Don't
met him
deflect.
at his house and he was like
Period
super
blood.
normal and nice.
Did
That
you
was
see
it.
period blood?
No, it
Their
wasn't
tampons
anything crazy.
hanging.
That's
No.
such a weird fetish.
But allegedly, I've heard a lot of stories that have come from very good sources about him, about a lot of things that are being told. In
But
the,
so who else? Drake just moved to Texas, bought this huge because of taxes, I'm sure. But Drake wasn't involved in P. Diddy stuff, right? He didn't
No,
flee out of
no.
LA because
no.
Justin Bieber was. He was like his little boy toy thing where he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have custody over you." Or
allegedly.
something.
Allegedly.
Yeah, they had that close relationship, and now he's putting out like. Have you listened to the lyrics to one of his songs?
No, but that's AI.
Is it?
AI put that out. Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
was
didn't know
told
that.
AI put it out, but it
I
could
thought
be.
it was, like,
could have been
legit.
him.
Well, no,
saying it was
Usher said
AI.
Yeah.
stuff. Usher said stuff.
What did he say? About
Like,
what?
I think Usher said stuff about like Diddy. And,
We don't know anything. All
I
of us
don't
are
know.
Was it
speculating.
also-
We're like,
yeah.
something about
I mean, I'm just
Cuba
going
Gooding
off what the
Jr.?
gram told me,
Wasn't he,
okay?
like at the house or something?
Yes.
Right?
What?
what? Wait. I love him. What happened?
I just heard I kept hearing his name being thrown around
who?
too. Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh, he's a freak.
Really? Well, okay. So what about what about
met him before,
Will
too.
Smith and his
I
Jada
used to
Smith?
party. I mean, I used to
That
go
is
out
a
a lot in the
bizarre
clubs.
couple.
Really?
I think
so
that's
weird.
so Hollywood. I feel like that's
Jada
the
and
norm.
Will Smith.
I think they're
Are they
still
even
together,
together?
aren't they?
I'm just asking, like, do you think that because he slapped Chris Rock, right? So do you think that that was real or because?
Staged.
I think it was real. He apologized after.
But why would Will Smith be that angry at Chris Rock? Because I guess Chris
He
Rock
made a
liked
joke.
Jada, right?
No, he made a joke about her being bald.
Yeah, I know that, but I think
I don't know, he
there
could've-
was rumors that Jada liked Chris Rock, and so I think maybe
Maybe he has
that Will
anger
Smith was
issues.
jealous of Chris Rock because Jada's always cheating on Will Smith
But why did he do that?
with
at-
I guess the son's friends, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But why did he do that at the Oscars? Was it the Oscars?
Yeah, it was Oscars.
Okay, but why is he staying with
Well, it
her?
had a lot to do with like, because I think
Like,
she had like
I know
alopecia
your
or
wife is
something,
cheating.
right? And then like he kind of made a joke about her like baldness. That's what it was. But that's
Yeah.
from what I remember. And so it was like a
Yeah.
hard time that she was going through. So he felt like it was like
You had to protect
disrespectful.
her or something, but like to go up on stage and do
Wait,
that.
you want to protect your wife from that joke, but yeah, she's being
Who
rammed
knows?
through
Maybe
by
he's just
other men, and
angry.
you don't want to protect her from that. That makes
Yeah.
so much sense.
Because there was a rumor about her son's friend, right?
I wonder if they have an open relationship because there's no way he doesn't know about all
Okay,
of
so
this.
let's talk about open relationships for a second.
Okay.
Look, we have some time. We have a few minutes. We got 10 minutes.
Okay.
What are your takes on open relationships? Because would you prefer to not know? Okay, so having an open relationship, it's. I'm not a swinger, and there's a lot of those weirdos in Orange County. I have been in situations where I did not know I was being courted.
Who?
Oh, I have names. I
Write
have some,
down some names
like the
for me.
housewives. I have
list.
receipts.
Okay. Share them.
And it's weird to me. It's not. I would never, because I feel like I'm the prize. You know,
Yeah.
like
I've never met any swingers.
oh, I have, and
I've had people
I
come
like
up to
look
me
at the
in
guy.
Vegas.
I'm like, wait, I got to trade my guy with this hot girl for that dude. Go fuck yourself. I'm like,
Yeah.
no way. And I would never do that. But people supposedly in Orange County, I don't know about LA.
Okay, wait. So swinging is when you swap.
Isn't that open relationship is swinging,
Yeah,
right?
swinging is just
Okay.
like,
Isn't that what that
couples who
means?
like,
Well,
you know,
open
like
relationship means you can date other people.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
open relationship, yes. Like that
what
means
is the
like
definition
you're-
of open
Yeah.
relationship?
it's
I
like
think open relationship is when you can actually like, hey, I can go have another side piece, you can go have a side piece, but we're still
but
married.
what's the point
and
of being in a relationship then?
now swingers, they actually
guess
like
you're
to do
not.
it together.
Yeah.
You're in an open
Swingers,
relationship.
they don't want you to go do it separately. It's together.
Together.
Yeah.
So like they want to
designated party.
Exactly. Like, so it's going to be like, you know, like, let's say if you had a boyfriend and I have, you know, my husband, and we're swingers. And so we decide to all get busy.
That's when you
together.
swap?
And then we swap. That's
So
right.
does everyone have to agree on it? Like,
Yes.
all four?
Yeah, how does that work? Like, I know that I was with
There's
an
a
ex
whole big
long
swinging
time ago, and this
community.
couple in Vegas came up to us, and they get closer and closer. These swingers are nifty. They're like super smart. And they would just kind of like get closer, you know, just get closer and get closer. Next thing you know, the girl's hands on my waist, and I thought it was my boyfriend's. And I was like, and then I see this kind of tweaky looking dude, and my boyfriend is like, all of a sudden I have both hands behind me. I have my boyfriend's hand behind me and her hand behind me. And I'm like, God damn it. And I'm sober. You know, he's not, obviously. Because
You're
she's
sober
nasty.
in Vegas. Shame on you.
Well, anyway, so because I was at a trade show. He was just there. Anyway, so then I look at her tweaky boyfriend. I'm thinking, if this is happening, that fucking ain't happening. I'll take her over him. Who's doing him? There's no fairness to this. There's no like we all. So you all have to agree, right? I never got that
threesome,
far
though,
where I
not
had to
swinging,
ask.
right?
I've never gone as far as like agreeing or not agreeing.
Wouldn't that be
Okay.
considered a threesome then?
No, because the dude probably still wanted something.
I
Like,
mean, yeah, he might want
So is it done all in the
Yeah.
same room or
Okay.
you go separately?
no, I don't know. I was
same-
never did it.
Okay, I watched a show.
I'm confused.
I want to forget. I think it was on like Netflix, and it was like they were like swingers, and then they basically kind of like and like the big like no like I feel like from what I've seen and read about swingers, anyways, is
What
like you
you've
know
seen.
if one person goes outside of the relationship. Like, and does it like secretively? Like, that's a big deal. Like, you're not supposed to do
That's
that.
my girlfriend.
It's all
happened to my
supposed to be
girlfriend.
open, you know?
Oh, that's the
Yeah.
rule.
Exactly.
So the
From
rule
what
is
I
everyone
understand.
needs to know about every
So
relationship.
they still have rules. It's not just like a free for all.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part. I
But
mean,
these
unless, you know,
parties
like-
have rules, you're saying?
I've heard of parties because
No,
like,
they're okay. They're okay.
That is so gross.
So in LA, when I used to live in LA, I went with like one of my like clients and like her friend. Okay, but she was my friend also. And so it was like there used to be these like private parties in LA, and they were like you had to be a member. For guys, you had to be a member. Okay, so they would like basically rent out like some like big mansion up in the hills or whatever, and then they would do these like private parties. But for the most part, it was like a party. Like, you know, girls can go, like as long as you were cute, basically.
Yeah.
And then like they would set up like bottle service and stuff. And then the rooms were used for people to like have sex. Okay. And I remember like, I was like,
Wait,
well,
this is in LA?
in LA.
Oh,
Okay.
so this is an LA
it's a
thing?
sex
Does
party.
that happen here in Orange
But,
County?
okay.
in LA,
No.
in like I've heard like I don't want to drop names,
No.
but Stevenson Ranch, which is like Valencia. I don't know if you're familiar with the Valencia
Okay,
area.
no, but yeah, okay.
There's like little
Well,
like
because those
hub-
people are
when
bored.
I would
Valencia
try-
people are really bored. You know, there's not a lot going on up there. So
Yeah,
I'm not
in
surprised.
Texas, I've been to like
lot of
Houston.
cheating, swinging
There's
going on.
pockets in Houston that have like swingers, like couples that have like I've heard of these because I used to travel
But
for
why
work.
would-
I heard of everywhere.
Why
No,
would
but
you
listen to
want
this.
to like be in a relationship and then
So no,
look for
some
other
people
people to
wait.
fuck? It
But
makes
some
sense
no,
to me.
no. Okay, so I went with two girlfriends because it was just like I guess like her.
Because she
one-
was like, I was really curious.
I mean, I was curious to see. I was like, well, people want to fuck in front of you. Let's go look, you know? So anyways, like they literally had set up the rooms and like, if you were a couple, whatever, I guess like anybody could have got up there and started having sex, right? So like we walk upstairs and there's this one room and there was like two couples in there. Like, I didn't even know if they knew each other, but like, I remember like one of them was bent over the dresser.
Oh my God, that's
Wait, just
she was-
hanging out?
No,
this
she
is
was
probably
getting,
better than
okay,
porn.
listen, she was getting fucked from behind. Okay. And then the other two were on the bed.
And anybody could watch?
And like my girlfriends and I just walk in there and we're like a museum.
like it's actually like a porn museum.
Like you're going to, exactly.
The doors are
like,
open.
The doors are open. And then-
I wish you saw like organically how it happens. Like they come up, they're like, "Hey,
Yeah.
no, like yeah,
From
so
the
these
beginning.
people- no, obviously they were like couples, I think.
Yeah,
you
but,
know.
like, how did
But I
that-
don't know if they like because some people get like it's a fetish, for example. Like I think
Yeah.
they get a kick out of people watching them.
Yeah.
It turns them on.
Or
Like
people like to watch other people.
Yeah.
Or, like I've heard the husbands like I really like watching my wife have sex with somebody else. like,
exactly
stuff like that.
So I don't even know if they were maybe a couple, maybe it was somebody who knows. Maybe they were
we
switching
have a similar,
partners.
like,
I know. I
just
feel like
don't
we're the
get it.
same. Like,
listen,
oh,
I don't get it because
but I was,
listen,
like,
you
so
can talk
curious.
about it, but then when you think like, oh, you're gonna be in there, you're like, hey,
See, okay, so for me,
I would never do that.
I
would
cannot
never.
do smelly balls or
Ew.
dick. So there's so much bacteria vaginosis out there that if I could smell
What
if my
is
guy
that?
goes out.
What is
BV?
that?
It's BV.
What?
It's
You
bacteria
don't know what
all over the
bacterial
vagina. So if the guy
vaginosis is? Yeah.
cheats, he's gonna get BV and give it to you.
Yeah.
So it's a
Does the
disease
man-
that
And
can be-
basically,
smell?
guys
Wait,
are
does
like
the man's
silent
pee-pee-
carriers
guys
of
are
it, so like they don't
carriers.
get any
They don't smell
symptoms.
that?
No, you can smell it on them.
On a guy, you
Oh
can.
yeah, but
You
I
smell
just
the
threw
girl
up
more
in
but
my
smells
mouth.
like
you
it.
mainly smell the girl on the guy.
I just threw up in my mouth.
That's
I can't.
gross.
That's
So you
Even
go
after
down
if they-
and you're like, I can't do it. I literally tried to this one guy. I was like, it's running the whole thing. I'm like, I smell it instantly. I'm like, not fucking happening. I don't want that shit around my lips. I don't want that shit hurting.
Maybe, hey,
lips and
or
lip
maybe he
hair?
had just been with like
I
a
don't
girl
need a
right
doctor.
before
Can
you.
you get BV on your lips?
No,
Okay.
you only get it.
But anyway, I'm a
basically
smell
throws
person.
off
If it
the
doesn't smell
pH of your
clean-
vagina.
So
It's an
I can't
infection.
imagine
But
having
don't
a guy
they
that's a
know
swinger.
if they smell or not?
What?
Do they not know that they smell?
I don't know, but I'm
don't
clean
think
as a
guys-
whistle. So I'm like not, I would
Yeah.
never,
It's
I cannot, no way.
disgusting.
All right, ladies, well, we're running out of time today. Speaking of that BB. Wait, how about BS? Bullshit.
You need a gynecologist on the show next time.
What exactly?
We need answers.
Well, give us some information. No. Thank you, ladies, for being a part of Girl Talk today. This is one of our first ever Girl Talks. It was wonderful.
Congratulations.
I think we've educated our audience on what is our takeaway today? Don't suck balls with BB.
Yeah.
Got it.
When your parties are cool, just
Don't
kidding.
date in LA and Orange County.
Yeah. Stay
Yeah.
away from druggies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or addicts.
Ignorance is bliss.
Singles not so shabby.
No drinking and driving.
And when you get a chance to sit around with some girls, have some champagne,
Yes.
and shoot the shit, Girl Talk all over again. Thank you, ladies, for being here. I do have something special for my launch party that I want to give to you ladies for just being here. You've already got one,
Yes,
so
I
you know. Christina, I got you something little.
Yes.
Just something from a little favorite store that we have.
Wow, little store.
Yeah, just take one down,
Yeah.
pass it
Thank you.
around. A little Tiffany, girls. You guys.
Oh my
do it
God.
later.
Wow.
Thank you so
You're welcome.
Congratulations and so
Thank
much
you.
success to
Thank
you.
you.
Right?
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, we're trying to grow this show, and with you ladies and our open-minded personalities, I think we're going to be able to grow real quick.
Yes.
Because there's all of these personalities, and can you show the little box to show the
This is
camera?
so
Look
gorgeous.
how pretty it is.
So pretty.
Yeah, it's just a little something, you know, and yeah, we'll open it later, but you guys don't have to. It's fine. I just want her to show a little box.
So cute.
I know,
Thank
and
you.
Tiffany's one of my favorite stores, and you know everyone can give Louis, but not
I
everybody.
think
can
every
give
girl
Tiffany.
loves Tiffany.
The little blue box. When I grew up, I just wanted a little blue box, and it took me till my 30s. So the fact that I can give them away on my show is just so special to me. Because I'm like,
sure.
I can
So
afford
much.
myself. There was a meme that says, "I'm high maintenance because I can afford myself."
Yes. Yes.
So thank you, ladies, for
special.
being
Thank
part of
Thank
it.
you so much
you.
for having
Can't wait
us.
for the next
Yes,
topics. We got a
yes.
list of topics. Thank you for watching Girl Talk. I'm Elizabeth Vargas, your host, with my co-host.
Christina Wright.
Stay tuned for the next Girl Talk edition with these ladies, other ladies, and other topics. I hope you learned a lot today. Like, follow, subscribe, and comment below. Peace, love, and happiness.
Peace.